Who wants to start the introduction?
You can do it if you want.
A load of pressure. God, wow. Right, so hello everyone. This is Milosz from TheMilosz YouTube channel. Thank you for joining us today on this wonderful Sunday afternoon. Would have been morning, but George had some technical difficulties. In the podcast today, we're going to have Mattowenfitness, TheMilosz, and Jordan Parham. We're going to be covering some current topics for everything that's going on in the world. We all got a few things we want to talk about, and we'll just sort of take it from there. Who wants to go first?
Go on, Matt. You go first, mate.
All right, then. So I'm just going to read off what I've got written down. So the first one, what we just spoke about earlier on, Milosz, the amount of free time that everyone's got during isolation and how there's like no excuses really for anybody to not do something productive with their own social life or career, if you know what I mean. So like skill sets where you can learn a hell of a lot more.
Yeah. With that, I definitely feel like a lot of people are fucking hell, my voice just broke. A lot of people are sort of taking it as more of a holiday rather than like skill set building time. And to be fair, you can look at it from both ways, because some people just want it as some time off. Like, I understand some people that want to take it like time off, like older people, like people with families and stuff like that. And I understand them wanting to take time off, spend time with the family, the kids, you know, buy out all the fucking Nintendo Switches so I can't get one. But it's sort of understandable. But I feel like, obviously, younger people, I think it would be better with, obviously, the amount of free time that we can have, because even university has been postponed, everything's been postponed. So it gives time for people to do things that, one, they couldn't have done before, or things that they want to do. And I feel like it is a great time to be able to do something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, I get that. Yeah.
George?
Yeah, I was going to say, well, see, with me, my course has only been postponed for 2 weeks. So all of my, like, I don't have to go into university, for example, but I have like online lectures that I have to attend. All my assignments have the only thing we've got is just been pushed 2 weeks back. It's obviously a lot harder now because we can't go to the library or anything. So we've got to sort of wing it and try and get quotes from Google. But going back to the topic, I think, this is a perfect time for people to try new things. But I think we've also got to understand that this is it's not a holiday for one, but it's also a traumatic experience for like the whole country at the same time.
Yeah.
Because not being able to go outside a lot, or not being able to do, because like for me personally, to relax, I used to walk to Queenswood every day. But obviously now you can't do that, or I used to go up the Pen y Fan. So a lot of people, it will be like a culture shock, I guess. And it has its repercussions. And I think we're seeing them nowadays with the curve not even going down at all, really. But who knows? A lot of people could take this time to do something good. But I don't necessarily think people would be labelled as lazy if they don't.
Yeah.
I do get you, and I feel like a lot of people I've seen on social media have been trying to justify the fact that people that are allowed to be lazy, they're allowed to like come out of this fucking quarantine, this lockdown with no additional new things that they have done, because of how traumatic it is. And at the end of the day, I mean, I don't think it's that traumatic of an experience, really. I understand we're in a lockdown, there's a pandemic and shit like that, right? And, you know, fair enough. Everything is limited to, you know, what you can and can't do. I go to the fucking supermarket, I could barely ever get we went yesterday to get broccoli and cauliflower, and it was all out.
Yeah.
There was 3 cauliflowers left.
Yes.
And people have no common sense. They're fucking walking next to each other when they're not in the same household. And I just think that, like, some people are fucking retarded. They just don't know what the fuck to do with their lives. But there is so much nowadays to be able to do. Like, I'm sorry, right? But the world of streaming media is blown out of proportion. Like, there's Netflix, Amazon Prime, fucking the YouTube fucking Premium or whatever it is, Disney Plus. There's so much things that we can do. If it's not productive per se, like learning new skills, it can be watching a new series, watch a new film, watch a documentary, like there is loads to do, and you could fucking read books. Like I finished a book yesterday, Forces of Nature, fucking hardest book I've ever read in my fucking life, right? I got it because I was reading like Neil deGrasse Tyson, like astrophysics like book, but it was really dumbed down, so I understood what it was on about. But Brian Cox didn't do that. Didn't dumb it down at all. He was fucking using terms and math and fucking diagrams that I was just like, what the fuck is this? I was skipping pages at a time because it was like mathematical equations. I was like, even if I read this, what the fuck am I going to do with this? I'm never going to go to my fucking buddy, but oh yeah, have you seen the equation for fucking E equals mc squared for special relativity that Einstein came up with? No. So like, it was a really hard read. So I finished it yesterday, and then I've got like a fucking drawer full of comics. And I thought, do you know what? It's probably time I actually go through them. I've had them for like 2 years now, and I never read them. They're in fucking sleeves, like they're ready to be fucking sold off. I've never read them, so I started reading through them. But there's plenty, I think, that you can do, especially like online courses and shit.
Yeah.
Like I know there's for like in my like the IT industry, I can look at like courses for like coding for free. There's free coding academies online that you can learn like very good basic knowledge on coding. So you can come out of this with new like skill sets, with like building YouTube channels, your like Instagram pages and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But then a lot of people are like just seeing it as a holiday, essentially. They're thinking, I don't have to go to work, I get paid 80%. You know, what's the point?
I think because a lot of people are seeing this pandemic as a short-term thing, they're not realizing that we haven't hit our biggest stage yet.
No,
so,
we haven't. I don't think we've hit a peak yet, have we?
Yeah, that first 3 weeks, everyone's expecting it to be 3 weeks and then back to normal. It's not going to be 3 weeks. Like they're going to keep rolling it on. Another 3 weeks, another 3 weeks. It's going to be
I think it's going to be around August that things are going to start going back to normal.
It'll be 3 or 4 months of being locked down before it's normality again. Because as soon as you come out of isolation, what's going to happen is more people are going to get infected. Another hit of wave is going to happen, and you're never going to kill the virus off. So it's just going to keep spreading and spreading and spreading, and it will never get anywhere. I'd rather be in lockdown for another 2 months and know the virus is gone than we go back to normality and then it all goes off again.
And then risk your life. And like, I'm not scared of me catching the virus myself, because I don't think my body's that much of a bitch that I wouldn't be able to fight it off. If I'm wrong, then, you know, see you later, guys.
Yeah,
but I think that the thing we have to look at it about is, if you catch it and you're a carrier, you can spread it to someone who is very vulnerable.
Exactly.
If it may be like an older lady, if it may be someone in your family, if it could be anyone in the fucking streets for you care, really.
Yeah.
So there is a lot of danger to come along with it, and people that aren't really seeing it in that sort of spectrum, that even though you might not be unhealthy or you might be okay with it, the other person might not.
Yeah.
And at the moment, I don't know what the exact statistic, but it's like, what, 15,000 people have died already?
Mental, isn't it?
Yeah,
most with like underlying,
or
with most like underlying health issues, or old and crippled and stuff like that. And that's 15,000 from hospitals, not from like private healthcare and from care homes.
Yeah.
So a lot of people think that we're more in like the 20s, 30s, like thousands of deaths because of coronavirus.
Yeah,
it is insane.
Yeah, I think it's wild. But what I'm most gutted about is obviously not being able to go to the gym.
Yeah, definitely.
And that is like
100%.
the most depressing thing. And have you ever seen those like fucking well-cool dumbbells that you can twist the weight on, and then when you pull them out, it grabs the right amount of weights?
Yeah.
Those are sick, right? But they're £200 per dumbbell.
Yeah.
I saw that and I was like thinking,
that's another thing.
I mean,
that's another thing, because it's now a necessity, this essential thing that everybody needs. The prices for them is like triple, if they're quadruple. Like a barbell is normally what, 60 quid. Now, if you go buy a barbell now, it's 300-400 quid.
Yeah,
I get it. It's still out of stock.
Ridiculous.
I tried looking for any just equipment, even like Smith machines, even like, you know, the full-on gym rigs you can get, where they're like $4,000, $5,000.
Like a multi-gym,
People are buying equipment, like $6,000 worth of equipment, just to live in there, sit in their rooms. Like, it's mental. Like, for that sort of type of money.
Like people have put some stupid marks up. Like, it's quite disgusting. Like my example, because I haven't looked at like really much equipment, just because I thought like there's no point, right? Because I'm going to spend this money, and I only live in a flat, and there's fuck all space that I could like leave it after this whole pandemic's gone. So I thought there's no point of buying like barbells and loads of fucking weights and stuff like that, and even a rack or something like that, because it's just a waste of money at the moment. But with like Nintendo Switches, their normal standard RP, right, is £280. On Amazon, people are selling it for £460 upwards to £600, which I think is fucking disgusting, right?
Yeah.
I understand buying and selling with a markup, but fucking 120% is like a fucking daylight robbery. And I'll never buy it off Amazon from like someone who's selling for 600 quid.
That's the thing.
Yeah,
with the economy, innit? The economy is crashing in terms of our own wealth, but people are trying to upsell things, extortionate prices to overcome their own
financial problems.
But it's not going to go anywhere. If you're selling something for 600 quid, which is triple its price, no one's going to afford that. So why try sell it for that?
But then what you'll get is like the common people, like me. I'm never going to spend 600 fucking pound on a Nintendo Switch, right? I have a PC that's worth over £1,000. I'm not going to spend 600 pound on a fucking Nintendo Switch. So I'm just going to wait until a shop has it and then I'll fucking buy it. I don't mind waiting. But then you'll have those people that are like upper class that have like, they run their own businesses, and essentially their wages are unlimited as long as the business is running. So they probably, the kid starts crying, they'll be like, oh, fuck it. All right, we'll get it for 600 fucking quid. Right, get on Amazon Prime, we'll get it tomorrow and shit like that. That's essentially who these people are trying to extort. They're trying to extort the privileged ones with a lot of money that don't mind pissing away 600 fucking quid on something that's worth 280.
Yeah. I was actually going to say, because I sold my PlayStation about 2 months before coronavirus was even a thing. And then I went to, when I knew that, because it was quite obvious that lockdown was coming after Italy had done it, China had done it, and the case started building in the UK, you just knew that there was going to be a lockdown. So went into Cardiff City Centre, got a new PlayStation for £190. As I was buying it, there was 3-4 other people on the till also buying PlayStations. The first person brought it for £160. I brought it for £190. Then the person after me brought it for £210. And then the person after that brought it for £240. The same PlayStation, but because they were running out of stock, they have like a price percentage, I guess, which they have to increase it. So it was like, literally, if I came in 10 minutes later, I could have been paying upwards of £250, where I only paid £190 for a PlayStation. And but I can imagine, like, I could try and upsell it now. Like, I imagine I could probably sell it for about 350 quid. And somebody would probably buy it, but I don't know. I think it is a bit like, I don't want to say like shitty, because it is a legitimate marketing technique of supply and demand. It's like the oldest marketing technique ever.
But if you end up like making like, say like 300 quid, I think would be a fair price to sell something at, right? Like a PlayStation, which is a fair price. Like, I don't think that's over the top, right?
Yeah.
But then if you were looking at like trying to sell it for like 3 times the price of £600, I think you're a dick.
Yeah, no.
Like making 110, 100 extra pound on it, fair enough. That a lot of people will do things like that.
Yeah, no. So a lot of people are doing like, if anybody wants to beat it, sell yours for a little bit less than what they're selling theirs, and then you're laughing. That's
exactly, and that's essentially what's going to happen. Is that's why I think it's going to like be a massive crash. It's because like I think real estate is going to take a real hard hit, because essentially we're going to be going into a recession. And what's going to happen? No one's going to be buying houses. No one's going to be able to afford houses. So prices are going to drop down fucking substantially. And I'm hoping for that, because me and Tara are going to try to get a fucking house as soon as this thing's over and the prices are like fucking stupidly low. I'm going to straight jump on that bandwagon as soon as possible, because I think for young people, this is going to be the best opportunity. Because if you leave it another 5 years, prices are going to go back to normal. And then you'll be like overpaying for a house by like 50, 60, 70 grand.
You never know, mate. 'Cause, like, everything that's like coming now, so like all the furloughs and all the money that people are getting without working, the government's all paying for that. So no matter what,
Yeah.
we'll go into a recession, and then they will just shoot taxes through the roof after all of this is over, just to get their money back.
Yeah, because essentially, like, where the fuck are they getting this money from? Money doesn't grow. Well, essentially, they can make money grow on trees because they can't just they could just create it, essentially. So,
but then that increases.
I don't know, like, how's that gonna work? Like, they put what 330 billion towards this whole like fucking industry thing to, like, you know, pay people's wages and stuff like that. That might last until August. I think they said that it's going to be until end of June that furloughs are going to run to, so they're going to pay until then. How the fuck is the country going to recover from 330 billion behind? Like, how many years is that going to take to, like, get back essentially from the same economy? So I think, yeah, the fucking taxes are going to go through the roof for, like, wages and products.
Yeah, everything. America's on trillions of debt already.
Well, yeah, I mean, the United Kingdom is in debt anyway.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think there's a single fucking country that isn't in debt.
Yeah.
But, like, it is just ridiculous because they're coming with us all this fucking money, 330 billion out of thin air. And they said that they couldn't give 250 million, 350 million to the NHS after Brexit. So I don't know where the fuck they're pulling this fucking these numbers from. I think what they've done is they misspelt like a zero somewhere, and someone's over the fucking shot something.
That, or they're just trying to hide it from the public, but they don't want people to know.
That's another thing I was thinking is I think, right, that this whole like coronavirus is a front for something bigger, right? But this bigger thing is to cover up a lot of financial shit ups that countries have been having. Like, if anyone's seen the 9/11 documentary, the biggest thing about it was that 9/11 happened. The day before that, or 2 days before that, the US Pentagon office told their country that they lost trillions of dollars.
That's mad.
How the fuck do you lose trillions of dollars? You can't misplace it. You can't lose it. You don't have that in a wallet and you drop it and fucking, you know, that's gone. Like, you can't just misplace trillions of dollars just out of nowhere. And then 2 days after, bam, 9/11. No one spoke about that. That topic was in the news for like 12, 14 hours after it came out. And then it was 9/11. No one ever spoke about it after that. So I think that this is like, essentially, the biggest one is, I think, is to reset the market because it's just gone out of hand.
Yeah.
The richer have been getting richer, but they haven't been getting richer with such a good markup.
Yeah.
So I think it is essentially to make the richer richer, and I don't know if it's going to make the poorer poorer, essentially, but it might depend on how everyone lives through this tough time. Because I know I've been seeing people fucking like really misplace their money. I've been seeing people getting like new shoes, fucking new TVs, and like all these new gadgets. When I was like, we're going through, like, you know, this is going to be a shit time, and there's going to be like a hard fucking bounce back for everyone. It's not just going to be the country, because a lot of people might end up losing their jobs after it because businesses will have to close. Because I know a lot of businesses already have closed, but it's only time before this thing goes on for so long that people won't be able to bounce back even if they start their business again.
Yeah.
Like, because if you think about it, say lockdown's lifted in fucking August, right? People have been living on 80% wages, like households, right? They're not going to have a lot of money, right?
Yeah.
People are going to be like spending a lot on food and stuff like that. And essentially, the more you spend at home, the more you're going to spend money into the house. So like food, gadgets, shit like that, because you want to make your time there as best as possible. So people are going to be like pissing money away for stupid reasons. So even the businesses are going to come back. People aren't going to be able to afford like luxuries and shit like that. So it is going to be a bit of a shitter, but we'll see how it bounces back. I just want the gym to be open. Like, I wish I lived with The Rock. I wish I was in a lockdown with The Rock, because his fucking gym is incredible.
If you're a fitness influencer, or, you know, an athlete with like Gymshark, for instance, you are one of the luckiest people. Like, you see them still posting now within their home gyms, and they've got multiple equipment, you know. And
does anyone know who Ronnie Coleman is?
I've heard of him.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I've heard of him.
He's one of the greatest bodybuilders of fucking all time. Like, he won the most Mr. Olympia titles in the world, right? He's like, mine at the moment, right? He's fucking eighth of his size in his prime. He's had millions of dollars spent on surgeries because he fucked up his back that majorly, right? So he's a crippled old man, but he has a 200k gym, home gym.
Yeah.
I was thinking, fuck, man. I wish I had I wish I had a fucking 2k home gym, man. I'm working on fucking dumbbells that I got from Tara's mum and a fucking backpack full of books and weights.
You're lucky. You're lucky. I've got one resistant band over there, and that's about it.
Is that all you've got? Oh God, I got one bar with 4 or 5 kg weights and a 20 kg weighted vest.
I've got like the each weight. So the bag is 9.2 kg, and then the dumbbells are like tied together are 9.2 kg as well. So that's 10 kg. I've got a bike for home cardio. I bought like 2 months before lockdown because I was like, I want to do more cardio at home because it's easier than spending an extra fucking 30, 45 minutes at the gym. And then ended up buying some resistant bands ages ago for Tara for like glutes and stuff like that. So I've been sort of using them. But,
Saying this, I got a question from Matt actually.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're a personal trainer at Pure Gym. Do you think that with the lockdown and people working out at home and people getting their own equipment and stuff like that and learning to do workouts at home and not necessarily using the gym or utilizing the gym that's available, do you think you will see an increase or decrease in clients and the footfall of the gyms, or do you think it will stay the same or increase? Like, what do you think will happen?
I think when the pandemic is over, it will be an increase because there'll be so many people out there that'll be scared for their own health, for another type of pandemic that might come in the future, or their own health in general, that they'll want to get into fitness and health. If they are learning from home now, which I know a lot will be doing, they will be learning, watching videos from other influencers of exercises, how to train, 20-minute workouts, and they'll catch an addiction of loving to train and that feeling of endorphins and happiness of that motivation they get after training. I think that will motivate them then to proceed into a gym and want to further into fitness careers. So I think, like I was saying, like, you know, like when you hit Christmas and the gym dies off, it goes real quiet.
Yeah.
In January, you get all the new starters where they're all like flushing in because they're all new resolutioners, they're jumping in. I think it'd be the exact same through this pandemic. It'd be dead now because obviously we have no option. As soon as the gym reopens, it'll flood. And then it'll probably peak for 2-3 months and it'll probably die down again because people will lose interest or motivation.
Yeah. I just can't wait for it to open again.
I thought it'd be a different way around. I thought what's going to happen is that when the lockdown's lifted and gyms are open, I thought what's going to happen, there's going to be people that are going to be coming in because of like home working out and they got into fitness through like home workouts. But I thought that a lot of people who were already going to the gym will get out of routine. That's what I thought. So the people that are already going at the moment are going to get out of routine. 2, the people that aren't in a routine are going to get more out of a routine and just not think about it. And even when it opens, I don't think that's going to be their first thought. Their first thought is probably going to be like, oh, I want to start like doing this, that, you know, going to cinema, I can't wait for that. Going like, you know, food and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So what I thought was going to happen is like the first month or 2, we'll see new members, but not existing members coming in. And then what's going to happen is there's going to be a massive influx, like a fucking high point. Like if, let's say, for example, this finishes end of June, right? So I think like end of September, around September time, there's going to be a massive influx of fucking people coming back and getting into shape. So that will mean that people are going to get like fit for Christmas. And then some might carry on after New Year's, some might not. Because essentially that's what happens a lot of the time. I know that in December it's always fucking dead, but I think this December might be a little bit busier because I think because like you said, people are going to be scared for their health and for like next pandemics. But I don't think that's going to be their first thought to proceed. I think a lot of people are going to be like going GPs, buying fucking vitamins, having like online fucking blood tests, which I had, and I found out fucking loads of shit about my body. It was at my work actually. My managing director paid for me to have private blood tests done because I was last year I was ill quite a lot, And he was like, you know, you're a healthy guy. You get to the gym like 6 times a week. I've seen your fucking diet. You eat rice and fucking chicken and you're healthy most of the time. But there's obviously something that's missing because your body's obviously not fighting something properly. And I found out that I have a vitamin D insufficiency and low testosterone. And apparently, if you have very low vitamin D, that affects your testosterone, which affects a lot of other things.
Yeah.
So I was like, as soon as I read that, I was like, right. And the worst thing is I read through this report and it was saying, you've got like a deficiency in this. And I tried to look at these deficiencies and a lot of them were coming up as fucking diseases. I was thinking, fuck now. Like, I don't think I've got a disease because if I had it for the past couple of years or something like that, I would have noticed something. There would have been like something that would have fucked up. So at the moment I've been fucking I've got like vitamin D tablets. I've taken loads of, I take my like sports vitamins and like fish oils and stuff like that. So I make sure first thing I do in the morning is take my vitamins. And then like when it's sunny, me and Tyra will go for like a run. Yeah. We'll go for like 20-minute run in the sun with like a t-shirt on so I can absorb as fucking much as possible. Because actually going back to like 2 years ago when I was doing like 5K runs every day, it was in the sun. And that's the best progress I've ever had in my life. Was when I was like getting a lot of vitamin D, obviously. So I thought there's obviously something to it that obviously makes a difference because it did in the past. So I think there's going to be a massive influx of people wanting to better their health and then like obviously better their like families and stuff like that. So I think there'll be like fucking family memberships flying out the fucking windows for days, man. PTs. I think you'll have a fucking blast of a time with clients. People are going to be fucking sucking your dick to get in the queue.
Depends.
I might have to come back so you can teach me again.
And I think it depends because there's so many options people can go with this whole pandemic because there's a lot of people that sit at home, like you said, with being lazy. They eat a lot. I tend to be the same now. Like, because you're sat at home and you're bored, you're psychologically thinking about just what to do to overcome that time period. So you eat because you don't think about it, but you just think, I'll just go make some food. When you start making food, you start creating into habits. You start eating a lot more than you normally do. And because you're not exercising like you used to, you carry on that same diet. So you now start putting on weight because you're not burning off the calories. But this is where it could go 2 different ways. So the people that are normally at the gym and they train, they know what they're doing. They know their diet. They might know the score of like, okay, I need to cut down. I need to maintain right now because I haven't got the essentials to train. I can't bulk because I haven't got the right weights to do it and things like that. So people then start putting on the weights, things like that. And if you've got the people that are obviously gaining weight, I think they'll want to go to the gym to lose weight because they'll feel shit about themselves. The people that know what they're doing and they cut off properly, you know that you're not going to retain them. You're not going to catch them as a client because they know what they're doing already. So when they come back to the gym, they're going to go back to their normal routine as he was doing before.
Yeah.
So I think there's so many different options. What could go on? It depends on the type of person, the personality that they are bringing through this pandemic and how they are doing it themselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, definitely. I agree with that because I've tried enough. Like I noticed like the first couple of weeks, I was like, God, I'm still eating as if I was still training every day. And I was like, geez, I need to like cut down something because I felt it a bit. So literally now I think I've seen a massive increase in cardio. 100%. Like I've been doing a lot more run. Like I go for a run every day. Do 2 sprint sessions a day, 2 sprint sessions a week, and then 4 5-kilometer runs. And then I'll come home and do whatever I can with the weights. But I have cut down massively on my meals. Like I'm not eating 4 or 5 meals a day anymore. I think I'm on like 2 or 3, but they're like decent meals, but only 2 or 3 with a couple of snacks in there. Just to maintain, because I don't want to lose weight, but I also don't want to gain weight. I just want to stay as I am and then just pick it up again when the option's there.
Yeah, I think this is the thing. A lot of people, this is what I do with my current content. There's a lot of misconception of what other PTs are giving nutrition advice out. Now, there's a lot of people out there that aren't qualified, and even if you're qualified as a nutritionist, you can't justify the world's nutrition habits. There's a lot out there that are giving misinformation with like training wise. Like if you go on YouTube, the amount of people that are broadcasting live workouts, home workouts, Instagram workouts that are incorrect techniques or nutrition plans, that it's giving false hope to people because you don't know the person. Like, I couldn't give you a nutrition plan and say that's going to lose you weight because your body's genetically unique to calories, and it could be that your body reacts differently to an amount of fats than compared to carbs. You see what I mean? So
Yeah.
you might store more fat storage. So if someone goes out there and gives you a generic nutrition plan that says eat that, that's going to make you lose weight, that's bollocks, because there's so much like you can factor into it. So going back to it anyway, there's a lot of PTs out there that scares me as a PT myself, because when you see something that someone's giving out information, when you see them as a public figure, scares the hell out of me, because there's so much misinformation and so much incorrect things that are thrown out in the world that you don't know what is right and don't know what is wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely. A lot of people are with the diet side of thing. Like, I'm fucking really surprised myself, because since the fucking quarantine I've actually started eating less than I did before. So I've been on like between 2002 and 2,500 calories, like consistently every day, and I eat every 2 hours. So I don't I have like my biggest meals are probably my breakfast, and then my lunch, my second lunch, and in between are like real light snacks, so like something protein based or carb based or something like that. So for me, this quarantine has been more of a push to get fitter, to like cut down, because obviously I won't be able to build muscle that I don't have enough fucking weights unless I start, I don't know, lifting the fucking bed with Tara on it or some shit like that. But like you've got to like, I'm willing to lose a bit of size and like cut down, get into nice shape, because then bulking will be a lot easier.
Yeah.
With like, whilst I've just deprived myself on like, you know, all the nice stuff and stuff like that, then when I'm bulking, I can like, you know, I can ease off a little bit, eat a little bit more, but then obviously I'm going to be able to train harder. And I think it'll be good for a lot of people who train often, because it gives your body a lot of rest, like a lot of rest from training. Because even like, you know, we can train every day, but it's not going to be the same as being at the gym with like actual proper weights and heavy stuff and stuff, you know. So I think our bodies are going to be much stronger, and it like our gains after, like when we go back into the gym, I think are going to be great. Would you agree with that, Matt? Because I think you know better.
That's a lot of questions I get at the moment through my Instagram at the moment, actually, is like people with like losing strength and their gains and stuff. It's not, your muscle memory you won't lose gains.
No.
It comes down to how your diet is. If you don't get enough protein in your diet, you're going to lose your muscle mass, because you haven't got enough protein synthesis to recover your break tissue. You're not recovering. So that's the main thing. And that's what a lot of people with their diets is. They don't get enough protein in. So when they say, I'm not building muscles, because you're not giving your right fuel to your body to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So going back, what was the question again? So you were saying,
like, do you think for like the people who like work out at home and stuff like that, when we go back to the gym, do you reckon our gains are going to be better because our bodies have had such a rest from actual big resistance training?
Yeah, because your muscle memory you won't lose that muscle memory. Like, your body will be so recovered now that you can still train, but obviously it's not as intense as you want to, because you can take this in the fact of a deload almost.
Yeah.
You train lower intensity, you still work hard, but you're with lower weights, because obviously you're just resistant bands or low weights anyway. Your body's just recovering a lot now. So when you come back into the gym, you're going to be so like hyped up, so much more prepared to then get back in. You know what I mean? So your strength you'll start low again. The first couple of weeks, your strength's going to be like that on a graph.
Yeah.
But then you'll see massive improvement like that. It'll spike, because your body knows that you've got that strength, but obviously you haven't trained like that for a while. So that first 2 weeks is your body readapting to that style of strength training. And literally, it's going to be like, you know, when you first started training at the gym, when you were like really young, and you had like absolutely no muscle, and then you started training after a month, you saw massive improvement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be like that. Your body will just be like that. It'll be like a new training system again, because your body's so low on training now, you'll spike it and your gains will go like boom, and you'll be like, oh my God, like what the hell? And that's what it'll be like.
Yeah.
That's all I need. Well, I've still got to go for my surgery. I've still got to have a surgery. I can't train still. I still can't do my shoulders or chest.
Jesus, mate. I still got a hole in my chest, so
yeah.
We're on the same boat, mate.
Well, but I can't even do a press up. That's the worst thing. I haven't been able to do chest in about 4 months, or shoulders. And well, it was ever since I tour it
Yeah.
with you. And obviously now I can't go to physio because I don't really want to. I don't really want to go to a hospital and be like, people are like dying.
Catch it.
People are dying upstairs. But can you sort my shoulder out? I'm like, no, they need all hands on deck.
Yeah.
And then I've got to have a surgery as well. I think because it's been too long now where the tear hasn't been fixed. So I don't know how. I don't even know if it is mendable. But I feel like it's just poor timing. Like I see everybody like, oh, you can still do chest and stuff, and I'm like, I can't.
Yeah.
I just got to do back, buys, tries, and legs and abs.
Shit.
My life is boring.
Yeah, I am excited to get back into it because I don't know why. When everyone's like, oh, you don't know what you had until it's gone.
Yeah, definitely.
Fucking hell, mate. I mean, like, it was so amazing being able to get to the gym every day, and now you don't have it. It's fun to be creative with home workouts and trying to get things done in like a creative way. It's fun, right? But it's not the same as like having like fucking, deadlifting over 200 kg or fucking squat 150 and stuff like that. It's just a different ball game. And like what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to like fucking stock up on like some supplements and stuff like protein and stuff like that. So when I get back into it financially, I'm not going to have to worry that I'm going to have to get it every single month. So I'll have it for like 4, 5, 6 months at a time.
Yeah.
And then like I can fucking just get my head down and just get into it.
Yeah, definitely. I'm so excited for it. I can't wait to squat again.
Yeah,
like
I was like,
squat.
I was trying to find like I don't know where I'd look, but I was like thinking like there's definitely going to be some fucking dodgy gyms that are like open,
still open. Yeah,
because like there's like if you think about it, a lot of bodybuilders need to still be training, right? Yeah. And I know a lot of big bodybuilders will have their own gyms because I know I follow quite a lot of. They obviously just go to their own gym, fucking sound, but I think they'll have that open for other people because other people are going to be on the same boat. And if you're a bodybuilder and someone else is a bodybuilder, you're obviously going to be close anyway because it's like, friendly competition sort of thing. So you're going to like let them in. And I'm wondering which ones are open because I fucking want to go.
I'm trying to see who has a home gym out of my friends and I'm like waiting for one of them to post a little video and I'm going to go like, let me come around, mate. Yeah, I'll come around. I'll stay 2 meters away, I promise. Just let me squat or deadlift for a bit.
The worst thing is I live right in front of a gym. It's not my normal gym. I don't. That's not the one I work out at. But there is a gym right in front of my house. I could throw my mug from here and hit the wall. This is how close it is. And I do have a good throw, though. I'm not gonna lie. But like I was thinking, I'm getting to a point where I'm thinking, fuck. Like if I get some big fucking ass like metal cutters, I could probably get in and sneak in a workout. And then Tara's like, Tara, what? Like the police are gonna fucking, they're gonna catch you, gonna go to prison. I was like, I don't think they're gonna take it that seriously if they see some 23-year-old guy break into a gym to work out, not to take the equipment, but to work out. Like I think they'll let me go.
Prisons have gyms, mate, don't they? So if you're looking for a silver lining,
we could run to something.
Yeah, just all get arrested and we'll just laugh.
Go for a second run of the day.
Yeah, this lockdown will come out hench.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, that'd be good, yeah.
Another thing, with the gyms being closed, the gym was a lot of people's like anxiety and mental health getaway, wasn't it? Because like you go for an hour a day to the gym, that would be your zone. Like you put your headphones on, you listen to music, motivational music, and you just go away with it. That was a lot of people's like escape route. Yeah. That being gone, it's hard. It's literally hard because when you're so stuck in 4 walls all day and you can't go to that like happy place, it destroys you. So that's the hard part right now, is trying to get people out of that feeling so locked into their own zone. Is trying to rebuild something that you can do something with your spare time. Use that hour that you would have been using the gym. Like if it's a home workout for 30 minutes, then do it, because it's just going to make yourself feel shit.
Yeah. I think that's the thing. I think a lot of people have just like, I think there's going to be a lot of people, a very high percentage of people who've like, gyms closed. They were gym goers, but now because they don't have anything, they're like, well, I'm just not going to bother. And the first week might be quite nice because, you've earned like an hour or 2 hours back of your life. But then after that, it's going to be like the realization is like, fuck, I feel bad. I'm putting on weight. you know, just not eating enough calories isn't good enough, you know, all that stuff, I'm losing my gains or whatever. People are going to get self-conscious with that shit. And that's what I think is going to be like the hardest hitter for a lot of people, is because people aren't going to be like, I can make the best out of this bad situation. They're just going to be like, fuck, I can't get to the gym, I can't work out, this is awful and stuff like that. And I think a lot of people need to see it as like, the gyms are closed, but fucking hell, like you can do so much at home without any equipment. There are so many body workouts. Like with back, I don't think it's the same fucking thing. I don't think that, like with back is a very awkward one to do without equipment and without any weight. Like you need some sort of weight, but you can do legs and chest and arms all from home.
Yeah. Well, there's
So
yeah, you can do that. There is, I think people should personally try and take, because everyone still has that one time a day where they're allowed outside.
Yeah.
We are allowed out still once a day to train. So I think, because I've been looking at it very much as when I go outside, I've been doing a lot of like, obviously I play American football and stuff like that, so I do play sports. So I'm trying to keep my training specific to that, because you can train and lose weight and gain muscle and gain explosiveness, agility and all that stuff through just doing like a simple rugby workout, American football workout, you know, going to the park or whatever with your brother and kicking a ball or throwing a ball about.
Yeah.
That could be, instead of going to the gym and lifting weights, it's not the same. But if you go out for an hour and do that and then come home and do that body workout, do this, you know, eat clean, get your 8 hours of sleep, you know, don't stare at a computer all day or a PlayStation, you know, do something else with it.
Yeah.
I think that the reality of it is you could try and find a normality in it all.
Yeah.
Because it is a bit crazy, but I do think that people can, you know, a lot of people will be like, oh yeah, telly, you know, let's watch this, let's watch that. And that's a great way, you know, they're staying inside, they're listening to the government. That's their way of getting through it. But for people who are active, like us three and whoever else might be watching, you just got to do that hour. You just take it. And for 59 of them 60 minutes, you're working hard, you know, you're making the most of it. You're running, you're in the sun, you're doing your circuit, but you're doing sprints in between and stuff like that, you know, just trying to change it up, because it is new training for everybody. And somebody might like it. Like I'm starting to enjoy doing running. You know, I ran 6 kilometers yesterday and I bloody loved it. I never thought I'd run 6 kilometers again.
Yeah. To be fair, Tara wanted to start running again, because she hasn't run in a while and she's got a bit of a dodgy ankle, but she wants to get back into it. So we started off like baby steps and stuff like that. But I went through a stage, I don't know if you, George, remember, where I ran 5K every day of the week for about 6 months. Right. Yeah. That's how fucking ridiculous I was. And after I finished that and I got down to a nice body weight and stuff like that, I was like, I'm never fucking running ever again in my life, right? This has been like, it wasn't like, I didn't like hate it, but fuck me, is like, it is horrible to do like a 5K every day. And sometimes I'll do 2 5K runs. I don't know what the fuck came over me, but I did. And then after I started bulking, I was like, I'm never fucking running again. I'm going to do like Stepmaster, because that's still effective. Use the bike and stuff like that. And I was like, I'm just not going to fucking run. And I started running with Tara. I was like, fuck, I like this. This is fun.
It's relaxing, isn't it?
Yeah, weirdly, I don't know what the fuck it is, right? But it is relaxing in a way. I think for Tara it's a little bit harder, because obviously I'm a little bit cardiovascularly fitter than her. My run isn't as intense as it is for her. But like, I think you get to a point where you could do a 5K run and it is just pure relaxation.
Yeah.
You just pay attention to the scenery, you know, fucking bird watch or people watching, whatever. But essentially with training, it's all just about getting better and trying to push yourself to be better. Because once you get to a point where you're doing the exact same shit all the time, is when you start, essentially, that's when your downfall begins.
Yeah.
Because you'll be like doing the same shit for ages and you'll start dropping, you know, start missing a set or start missing exercises, start missing days of gym and stuff like that. But most importantly, whoever's watching this video, fucking stay 2 meters apart, right?
Yeah.
Please don't, like, if you see someone, this is like the worst thing about like running and stuff like that. Well, we don't have like a massive park where we can run. So we have to do it on roads. But what people do is if they see you on your side of the road, they will not move. So me and Tara, our fucking run is zigzagging from one side of the road to the fucking other because people aren't using their common sense, saying, oh, well, everyone's going up to town on the left. Let's go on the left and stay 2 meters apart. No, they'll go on the right fucking side and take up so much more space. So I think common sense is very important in this time of our crisis. Oh, George, thanks for I've only 18% left on my phone.
Well, I thought I'd put it in the chat in case you didn't want it to come up in the video, but obviously.
Fuck it. Hey ho. No, that's fine. What else are you going to talk about?
I did have one more of like a conspiracy that I wanted to bring up. I just thought of it when we were talking about it. So when you were talking about the fact that this was here to cover something up.
Yeah.
A question for both of you, and I want your opinions on it. And maybe like your view on it and what do you think should happen. Do you think...
It was Carol Baskin.
No, I don't. I haven't watched that show yet.
I haven't seen it anyway, but I just seen the memes.
Do you think that China should face any repercussion for lying, hiding statistics, and the fact that this third disease, it is a disease, the third disease that has originated in China and found their way across the world in the last 15 years. It's the third one.
So with that, right, there is a way you can look at this from a very, very good point of view, right? Which is my point of view because I'm so smart. No, if there is evidence that China has been doing this on purpose, right, on purpose, then yes, fucking too right, they should get repercussions, be fucking, I don't know, fined however million fucking billion trillion fucking dollars that they can, right, to, you know, repay countries for that, for this fuck up, right? But if it's a genuine fuck up from like things just like, I mean, there is a lot of things that happen in China, and if you take statistically how many things can fuck up to how many things don't fuck up, for example, 1% of things that'll fuck up in the lab, right? In China, that is still a higher percentage than what it is in the UK. You see what I mean? So in 15 years for them to have like 3 viruses that have like unleashed, right, is like the 1%, right? It's a 1% of like failure rate that can happen in the lab.
Yeah.
And if it's a genuine fuck up, you know, to be honest, I don't know how a fuck up can happen in a lab, but obviously, I mean, you can fuck up in anything like in life, really. So it could happen from any odd, stupid reason. It could have been someone fucking not sealing a fucking jar fully and, you know, it fell over, the wind fucking came in, I don't know, a fucking pigeon flew into the lab, took the fucking jar, flow it out, dropped it in the city, and then here we fucking are talking about it. But you know what I mean? It could be a genuine mistakes.
Yeah.
But if there is evidence on them, if they're lying about statistics, there should be repercussions, but I don't think they should be that severe, right? Because, I mean, they're just lying about fucking numbers at the end of the day. It's not that severe. If they were like lying about them, fact about it was an accident, but it wasn't, it was a biochemical weapon essentially that they wanted to use to take over the fucking world, then fuck yeah, definitely repercussions on that.
I seen a Facebook post about it the other day actually about how many was infected by, because where it started in Wuhan, was it? And it was, they never reached Beijing, which is the capital obviously of China. It never reached Beijing, which is odd because for it to be, it's closer. I think I can't remember what it was. It was something like Wuhan to Beijing is something like 1,500 kilometers or something crazy like that. But it didn't infect anyone in Beijing, but for people like in New York and Italy, it was like 15k kilometers or something. And it infected obviously thousands. How on earth did it not reach Beijing, the capital, in their own country, which was thousands of miles less than anywhere else, but it's not infected, which is, it's a conspiracy on my thought to think, how's that happened? Like,
yeah, it's insane.
You could look at it from this sort of point of view, because I'm assuming there's probably less international flights in China than there is anywhere like in most countries. I mean, like national airline travels are very fucking rare. There's not a lot of them anyway. Right? So if you think about it, people in China are one, fucking really poor, because the poverty in China is fucking stupid, right? So people probably can't afford even like national flights between countries. But foreigners who are coming into Wuhan are coming from all over the world because they can afford it. They're coming in and stuff like that. So I think the major one that's happened is obviously people coming in and out of like the country. But it is odd that it hasn't hit anything else. But I think that might be another cover up. They might be covering up that the capital never got it. Because I do not believe that Russia has got like fucking 150 cases or some shit like that. Like I think hold on, I'm gonna check. But last time I seen it, when I actually gave a fuck about this, was like that they were like on 500 cases, and I'm thinking like that's a fucking lie. Like Russia's a big fucking country, right? And I know there are just fucking nails, but
Russia's quite spread out, isn't it? But the thing is, like,
Russia's fucking gone up now. They're on 42,000 cases. I think they're in like the top 10.
Jesus.
So they're on 42, and the next country up is on 82,000 cases. So maybe they're not lying, but they might be suppressing, because I mean, with the whole Chernobyl thing, they did suppress that. Like fuck.
Yeah. So I was going to say, like, how could it not reach, like, well, Matt said Beijing, but yet somehow there was 4 cases in Monmouth, which has a population of about 20 people, and yet there's cases there in a little town on the Welsh border. But yet, in Beijing, where in a country where the population is billion plus, it only seemed to, it didn't hit there because it didn't hit Shenzhen, which is where I was going to go to play rugby.
Yeah,
they didn't have any cases in Shenzhen, and then they didn't have any cases in Beijing, which are the two. That's like, you know, London and I don't know, another big city in the UK. It's like London and bloody York, Manchester. Yeah, they're not small places, and compared to us, like, there's like 21 million people live in Shenzhen. So like, imagine if somebody coughed there. You know, you cannot. It doesn't make sense.
I also think the difference between those countries and our countries, right, is China is a very communistic country. So when they say to the nation, jump, the nation says, how high? Right? Yeah. In the UK, you tell them to jump and they'll be like, fuck off. No, I'm not. See what I mean? So like, if this broke out, they might have put in like fucking harsh restrictions from the get-go. And I think they probably did put real harsh like fucking restrictions from the get-go to obviously suppress it as much as possible. Right.
Yeah.
I still don't think it's 0 cases in these fucking major countries in the country that this fucking virus came from. I think that's a load of bollocks. But you do have to like see the difference is like the freedom countries where there's freedom apparently is like, you know, people the fucking one weekend after the lockdown were like, do you know what, the weather's nice, fuck it, we're gonna get to the fucking Snowdonia, or we'll go down to the beach. Or the other night, let's all go clap on the London fucking bridge for the NHS, surrounded by thousands of people. Like, I'm sorry, right? But when it comes to retardation, even retards wouldn't make that sort of mistake. Like, that is beyond stupid. Yeah. Like, there was police there. There was fucking other fucking, like, you know, officers of some sort, you know, fucking paramedics and shit like that, I think. How the fuck was that not closed down straight away? You get scenes like that, and like everyone in Italy is fucking closed down. They've got police patrolling the streets to make sure people aren't out if they're not meant to be. Yeah. What the fuck have we got? Yeah. Nothing.
You know, it's crazy as well, because I had, you know, with like the returning flights, so when people got stuck over in other countries with obviously lockdown and isolation, one of my friends, he was doing a ski job over in France, and obviously I think it was Marbella, and they got into lockdown quite early, and he had troubles getting back. But when he would travel back and they got him a flight home, they didn't even do a check, like a test for coronavirus on any of the passengers. So anyone that was infected on that flight literally let straight back through the border. Now, how many flights do you think got back to the UK that was infected that they didn't do any coronavirus checks that's infected the rest of the UK? Yeah. Surely the government should have put in placement that every person that was on an inboard flight from other countries should have been checked for any positive coronaviruses. Because then this pandemic wouldn't be as highly serious than it would be.
Because I'm looking at these numbers, and the UK is on 114,000 cases, right? Jesus. And if you say, right, I don't know, say 1 million people had to come back, right? I think that's a realistic number. A million British citizens had to come back from holidays, from being abroad for whatever fucking reasons, right? Imagine 10%, which is still a low percentage, 10% of those people have it or have symptoms, right?
Yep.
That's 100,000 people that are able to spread this. Every one person will go to a family of at least 4 members of family. That's 4 people. Those 4 people will infect other people. And here we are, fucking 114,000 cases of people that have already got it.
Yeah.
And that's people who've been admitted to the hospital. That's not people in self-isolation who may have had it. That's not people who are self-isolating anyway. That's not people in like care homes, NHS staff and stuff like that. So I think the problem is a lot bigger than what meets the eye. Because obviously, I don't know if they probably are suppressing it like in some sort of way.
I'm on 5%, by the way.
Wow. Okay. Can you not plug it in?
No, because I'm using a headphones to talk, and obviously iPhones are weird.
Oh yeah. Good old iPhones. Yeah, fucking hell, it's wild. Has anyone else got anything? Joe, did you want to talk about Tom Moore? Is it?
Oh yeah, I just wanted to give him I know probably like not millions of people are going to see this, but I think he's done absolutely amazing.
Mate, honestly, I'm going to be fucking brutally honest. I don't know how he managed to make such a movement. Right?
It's mental.
Because it's essentially, at the end of the day, right, bless his heart, it's an ex-veteran who was walking up and down his garden, 100 laps for 100 days until it was his 100th birthday, right? Amazing, right? But it's crazy that people seeing this were like, I'm going to donate to this bloke for the reason that he's walking up the thing. It's a nice gesture, but it's 24 million he's on now.
It's insane.
Some shit like that. I'm thinking, how the fuck has it taken an ex-veteran, right, to a very near end side of his life? It takes people to be like, well, this fucking 99-year-old is doing something for the fucking country to help the NHS. I probably should fucking pull my weight and do something as well. It's crazy that it's taken this man to do this. And it's probably fucking hard on him. I'm not going to lie. 100 fucking laps, right? A lap a day of his garden, right? Yeah. At 99. It's probably fucking difficult. It's like us doing 10K or some shit like that.
Yeah.
So it's wild that it's taken, this poor old bloke who obviously loves his country, obviously, and wants to help. And they raised 24 million. But the worst part about it is people going on about billionaires. Everyone's like, if all the billionaires in the UK could donate 1%, they'll be like 540 million and stuff like that. I was like, well, the thing is, right, people are donating. Billionaires are donating. They've been donating a couple of million and stuff like that. Someone had to go at one of the princes, somewhere, one of the royals, right? Not the main ones, somewhere, the outskirts, the cousins and stuff like that. He donated 12.5 million, right? That is a lot of money. 12.5 million. But people are like, well, that's like someone donating 10p if they had £100. I was like, can people just not be grateful for the 12.5 million donation, no, regardless of their fucking net worth, right? Because it's essentially, I don't know if people know what net worth means, but net worth means the accumulation of everything in someone's life. That doesn't mean that Bill Gates having net worth of 100 billion, for example, right? It doesn't mean he has 100 billion in cash. It means that he has properties, houses, he's got other businesses, he's got Microsoft that have accumulated and that together are that much money. I think that's what people are fucking missing in his big picture. Because they're like, oh yeah, net worth. I was like, the net worth is a different ballgame. That's how you can tell how rich someone is, or how much money they have had or are in a round of, but it doesn't mean that they have fucking cash value of it. People aren't gonna I'm not sorry, right? But if I was a billionaire, I wouldn't be selling my fucking houses to help the cause. I would find other means to get money to donate if I could.
I think people put it in the wrong context, and they see it in a version. They try to downgrade it just because it's their own empathy themselves.
Yeah, because some fucking math geek has just gone, oh, fucking hell, but that's only fucking 3% of someone if they earn 22K a year. I'm like, fucking be grateful. Anything helps.
Yeah, but
Like,
they've grown that success up to that standard. So whatever they're donating, they are still being generous to their
fuck
public.
yeah.
Like
Like,
if you donated £10, that's still £10. If a billionaire is donating 100 grand, amazing. But if he even just donated £10, that's still a contribution to the community. So
yeah.
why should it be a judgment of what money you put in by what value you have?
Yeah, essentially, like I really hate when people do this. I really hate when people go like, this rich person's only donate this much, blah blah blah. You know, a fucking mathematical equation of the fucking day. I think it's fucking dumb to do that to someone who's been that generous. Because at the end of the day, these billionaires have worked fucking hard, and if they haven't, their families have worked hard to get where they are today. People don't just fucking grow money on trees, except the banks. But you have to do something to be able to get this sort of money. And at the end of the day, it's their hard-earned money, fucking hours and weeks of fucking years of hard work, right? And some of these guys are doing like 80 hours a fucking week, right, to run their businesses, right? Like Elon Musk is probably the most notorious one to be like, he does like 80 hours a week in his businesses. I'm thinking, fuck, man, that is a lot of time in your life to spend in a business, running it and accumulating all this money and fucking moving it forward, right? And then someone's going to try to fucking be like, oh, well, you know, he's got this money. Why the fuck does he not give all of his fucking money away? And, you know, because at the end of the day, you've accomplished that. Yeah. You got that money. It wasn't fucking Jimmy from down the road who's chatting shit about you. It's you that have done this. So at the end of the day, if you're the one that had actually, you know, built this fucking business up from fucking nothing, then at the end of the day, no one's really entitled. No one has to donate. No one has to help anyone else at the end of the day. People, like generous people, will donate, and it's fucking absolutely fine. But I think people are like, I think bashing Bill Gates because he hasn't donated, or if he donated it to like a small percentage to his net worth. But I don't think people know how many charities Bill Gates has running at this fucking current moment to help poor countries, third world countries, countries that cannot like afford vaccines for very common fucking, you know, common flus and fucking diarrhea or whatever. People are dying from this shit in the 21st century, and he's got charities to help those people. And he's got like friends like Warren Buffett is one of the people who've donated. He's given Bill Gates billions of dollars to fund this charity to move it forward, to like help people. And people are like, oh, you know, it's fucking disgraceful. He donated that. I mean, he spent the last 10 years trying to help the world, and no one's talking about it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Mental. Literally mental. Too much judgment. Too much judgment with the world. It's like with social media. Like I've been watching a lot of people, like entrepreneurs, that have been given a lot of like free content to other lower levels, like social medias. Like for us guys, you know, that are creating social media platforms like YouTube, Instagram, anything like that. Right? How you base start it, and it's a lot of the world is. A lot of people are scared. So this is a topic I want to go to: is social anxiety. So a lot of people don't post things they want to post because they already pre-nature a pattern in their head of people judging them for that style of content.
Yeah.
So
definitely.
No matter what you post, is what I've learned now. No matter what you post, is people are going to love it, people are going to hate it. You can't make a judgment on what the world are going to post. So you just post whatever the hell you want, because you post something, 6 people might love it, 12 people might hate it, but those 6 people are going to be genuine, unique followers that you build on.
Yeah.
Like, and those 6 people are going to refer you to other people. Like, they might speak you their word of mouth to others, which will build your base stronger. But if you hold on to the hatred part, you're going to always feel shit about yourself for posting content. And that's why a lot of YouTubers and a lot of social media content creators back down, because they get so much hate that they don't convert that hate into just, okay, they're hating on me, but they're just being sympathetic because they don't have what I'm trying to do. You see what I mean? It's like a mindset for yourself. And I think that's where the social media platform gets a lot of people into mental health problems, because they get all this hate and they feel so shit for themselves of, why am I getting this hate? I'm not a bad person. I'm just trying to help people.
Yeah. And with hate, right, like, I'm going to be honest, I'm not the nicest of people, right? And if I don't like something about someone, right? Or like if I've seen a post and I'm thinking, oh, that's dumb, or if I've seen someone's fucking, you know, anything. Like if I see a big YouTuber with a shitty video that I think is pointless, I'm not going to comment on a video thinking, oh, you're dog shit videos, you know, you're fucking gone downhill, you're awful, you're a fucking terrible person. I keep it to myself. That is my opinion. There's no point of me having a bad opinion about something or someone and reflected that on them, because essentially at the end of the day, it's not their fault most of the time. You know, no one's actually like gone out of their way to make content to piss you off. No. Is they made content that they like, they're passionate about, and they have a following that are passionate about it. And at the end of the day, my opinion shouldn't really matter to them. No. So I'm not going to go and fucking post on their, you know, posts or their videos and giving them grief and saying how something's terrible. I'd rather just like skip it. I'm thinking that's awful, I'm just going to stop watching. Or this is dumb, fuck it, I'm just going to scroll past it. And at the end of the day, I think that's a mentality people should take on. Like, I understand positive criticism because that's completely like that's different to being a dick. Like, positive criticism is going to be like, you know, I really loved your video, but I think you should have added this to the video, or you should have done that, or talked about this. That's positive criticism. And essentially, it's someone that cares enough about your video who've watched it that are like, I like this, but I think it'll be better if you added this. And I think some people, and I think a lot of people on Instagram will see that as the criticism. They'll see that as the hater. They won't see it as the person who wants to help them, because everyone's seeing, they don't like it. Fuck them, you know, haters gonna hate. But I think a lot of haters are there. Well, there's a high percentage who are just dicks, but I think there's a very high percentage of people who just be like, you know, this could help you. This could be a benefit to your channel and stuff like that, especially for like me and you, Matt. You know, we've got small channels, we're still growing. If someone posts something like, oh, you should do a video on this, I'll be like, that's awesome. That's one person that wants to see that video, right? And there's 7.9 billion people in the world, and like fucking 4 billion YouTube users or some shit like that, right, on the internet. That could be, say, 1% of people like that content. That might be one, you know, a couple of hundred views or a couple of thousand views of people that are going to watch the content and are going to enjoy it. But at the end of the day, I think you've got to look at what you want to do and not what everyone else wants you to do.
Yeah.
So that part is a little bit contradicting, because you want to please people, but you want to please the right people, like the people that are genuinely nice and want to see good things. Because some people might just troll. I'll be like, oh yeah, I want to see a pic of your dick on OnlyFans or something like that. That's obviously someone taking the piss. But it might be someone saying, really like your content, but I think your camera quality probably like weighs you down a little bit. That might be why not a lot of people are watching it, because of the camera quality. So you could be like, awesome, what I'll do is for the next couple of months, I'll save up some money, get a better camera, make better like quality. Or be like, your editing's obviously from like a shitty software. Have you tried using, I don't know, Adobe Premiere Pro? And then people like, you could take that and be like, awesome, I'll give that a go. There's loads of fucking like videos, tutorials on the internet.
Oh yeah.
And you can take it from there, and you can, you know, but people are too sensitive, I think, nowadays.
Yeah.
Because people will take it like the wrong way very quickly.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Anyway, what else has anyone got to talk about?
Ooh. I don't think so.
I think I'm done with mine.
Really,
I'm being honest.
Not really. There's a little bit like on. I looked at like how to build an audience on social media, like it's kind of like relevant to what you've just been saying about like with that sort of stuff. Like it's with.
Hold on, can I stop you a second? Don't get into it. I need a piss. Like I've been fucking holding this in for about 45 minutes now. 1 second, lads.
Sorry.
Jeez.
Mate, my phone's on 4%.
Jeez, you not got a charger?
I'm charging it now. It's just really hard to like to hear. My phone's like really buggy, so it's really hard to like, hear. No, that's fine. I'll try and partake as much as possible.
That's all right. Oh. Nearly wrapping it up now, anyway.
Okay. How's training going anyway?
Boring without any equipment. Literally,
It's horrible, isn't it?
When you've just got body weight or resistance bands, it's to a point where you're like, Christ, like there's only so much you can do. Like you do like an hour of you just doing squats, and you're like, Christ, this is boring me now. Like, like
Yeah,
it
definitely.
doesn't feel the same. Like, you know, going to the gym and hitting like 200k deadlift. You're like, yeah, this is awesome. I'm working hard. You do like an hour of body weight. You're like, have I even worked out? Like,
Yeah, I feel like I've lost. Like, I took a picture last night. Actually, I was doing. I was trying to see like how much I've changed,
yeah,
and it is
you know,
like fair. I look a lot leaner and stuff, but that's not what I needed. I need to look athletic for football,
yeah,
and or be athletic for football because it's like completely. It's not static strength. It's like more explosive,
yeah.
and it's weird because I'm trying to get my body to do one
What are you
thing.
saying about me?
Nothing.
Oh, everything, mate. Oh, here he is. But yeah, it's just weird. But anyway, should we jump? What was the topic before?
So, building a social media, like building a social media audience. So,
Okay.
like, yeah, like you were saying, with the like, obviously, there's so much criticism and like with social media and things like that. With you need to do things that you enjoy for your social media to reflect on your personality, because there's no point if you see current trends, right, and you jump on YouTube and go, I'm going to make the same as that big YouTuber and I'm going to get thousands of views, and then you get heartbroken because your video got 5 views.
Yeah.
It's because you're not projecting your passion of what you want to do for your social media. So there's different platforms and you have to contextualize it to the specific ways, which is what I've learned a lot now with business entrepreneurial stuff. So things like TikTok, which is absolutely massive at the moment, right? Where you can make stupid videos, 10-second videos, right? And you get thousands of views. You can build your audience by showing your personality through that, and you don't have to say a single word. That audience can convert into YouTube, but you can take things like what I do now is I'll take clips. I'll do video recordings, which are like, instead of me recording like a full day, do like 2 minutes recording of like a vlog. And then that vlog converts into maybe a TikTok, or you post it through Twitter. It goes on your Instagram. It goes on YouTube. You contextualize it to different wordings to hit different types of genre audiences. And that's the way you have to concept it. It's like if you posted the same video on Instagram and the same video on TikTok, you'll hit in two different types of audiences. Like Instagram is your like middle-aged sort of people that are just sort of there for the gram photos. You know what I mean? Like they're there for like tutorials, little like cool photo designs, photo editing, things like that. You go to TikTok, it's mainly a younger audience that are looking for funny videos that are quickly snapshot 10 seconds. You see what I mean? If it's boring on TikTok, you ain't gonna get the views. But if it's sort of like that informational side on Instagram, you hit such a wider audience. You have to, it's all about knowing your audience and knowing your social media of what you enjoy, because the best thing you can do is project yourself through a video, because they'll see you better as a person, and that's where you can get better.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Like I was definitely, I know we spoke about this earlier, I'd have thought about doing TikToks and stuff like that, but I want to do different things on TikTok than I do on YouTube, because then it obviously makes it a unique content. So obviously what I do on YouTube is completely different from what I do on TikTok, because that stuff doesn't really convert very well.
Yeah.
So that's what I want to look into doing it, and I probably will start doing it soon, just because, you know, free time and shit like that. But I think the most important one with like growing social medias in any way, any social media, any platform you may be thinking of, is you got to look at it as a business, right? And I know it's not like for you probably is, because obviously you're a PT and that's like essentially what you do with your fitness content and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But when you think about a small business has to market to audiences, to as many people as they can, to bring people in. And it's obviously, it's a very slow process. You know, you get a couple of clients every so often, stuff like that. But then if you look at, compared to like a big company, like for example, Apple, right? If you're looking for a phone or a laptop, you'll be like, oh, you know, Apple does laptops, for example, or, you know, you got a MacBook, but you want a phone. I'm like, oh, we'll do iPhones. I'll check them out. Apple doesn't have to market to that person because they're already using one of their products. And essentially it's just upselling from one thing to another and another and another. So like when you get big, that's how they can put very minimal effort into one, their content, and two, where they share it and how they share it, because people are going to be already instinctively thinking, it's Tuesday, fucking hell, you know, PewDiePie's uploading in 20 minutes. Let's go check out his channel. That's what I do. Like, I know PewDiePie uploads every day at a certain time, but like, fuck, all right, it's this time. Let's go check out if the video's out yet.
Yeah.
But with small YouTube channels and social medias, you've got to project yourself to as many people as possible to obviously for people to see you. And a lot of people, like I know exactly what I'm like on social medias, is it will take me about 10 to 15 times to see someone, be like, I'll give them a follow. They're obviously on my feed for a fucking reason. I might like their shit. Like, so I don't, if I like something, I don't follow someone straight away. But if I'll see them, you know, the 15th time with something funny or something I like, I'll be like, I'll follow this guy. I'll see what else he's got. And then, you know, you look into other YouTubers in a very similar way. Like, I've never subscribed to someone straight away from the first video I've seen.
No.
I'll check out their first video. I was like, that was decent. Let me check out their channel. I'll watch a couple of more. Be like, this guy's cool. I like the content. I'll subscribe to him.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. And essentially, when I was younger, I always thought like, I need to get like a viral video, right? I need to get something out there overnight. I'll become famous. It doesn't happen, right? There is like luck, and I've seen some fucking crazy on luck on some small channels, right? But at the end of that, that's all it is. It's luck. There's nothing else besides the luck of what content you created and what time and stuff like that. So it can all come down to fucking the stupidest reasons why it's gone viral, or it could be a very thought through process. But at the end of the day, you've got to think about it. Like, I'm growing my channel. I don't expect it to be in any way, shape, big, or that I can make money for at least another year. I'm not going to be able to, like, and this is like, if I start earning, I'll probably start earning like 10p a fucking video or something like that. So I'm not expecting to be earning a lot of money. But I'm thinking 5 years down the line, I think that'll be a completely different, situation. I think if I carry on with the way I am creating content, stuff like that, as I could think at looking at possibly starting to earn some money. Not enough to probably put me out of my job that I could, like, you know, close that and just start doing it full time. But I think it'll be like an additional couple of, you know, maybe £100 or £200 a month or every 2 months for, you know, whatever. But at the end of the day, if you like something, that's a massively important message. If you want to try something or you want to achieve something, give it your 100%. Don't just like try it for a couple of days or a couple of weeks and then fuck it off. I think the most important one is actually give it a go. And that's what I said to myself. As like at the beginning of the year, I was like, right, I've always wanted to do YouTube. I'm going to fucking give it a proper go, not these fucking shitty attempts I've been doing for like 2 months at a time and then I'll give up. Is I'm going to give it for a year straight of doing content. And essentially I do content I want to, or I want to cover, or challenges I want to do. I don't base it on like what's trending, even though some things might be, because obviously if I do like news about what's current, then obviously it's a trendy thing. But I've got an opinion. I want to get it out to the internet. I want to get it out to the people. But yeah, essentially that's about it from me.
It's literally all about consistency. You've got to make a brand awareness of who you are, with your trajectory of personality, because you throw out what you enjoy. No matter what you throw out, right, of what you enjoy, you're going to connect to an audience later on in life, because someone will watch your content. You throw your best personality out into these content and you show consistency. That's the key word, because a lot of people do YouTube. They'll throw out 6 videos in a week and then they might not post for 4 months, and that's the consistency that's gone wrong. You need to spread it out. 1 video once a week, and that's where you see, like, you'll know PewDiePie posts on this day at that time. It's most with every social media. They'll post on a Monday at 7 o'clock. You know, Monday at 7 o'clock, you're going to be there, you're going to be watching it. That's the same brand awareness you need to create yourself. Yes, you need to be able to post more content out there, be able to get your name out there, but you need to do it in a consistent way that you can rely on yourself to be able to get that content out, the best of your ability to connect with an audience to get your brand awareness up. Because eventually your awareness will build up, and your audience, where you start small, and like you see with our channels now, it starts small, it will slowly build in views, and then all of a sudden it might spike, because you had so many word of mouth referrals of other people saying, oh, like, I watch this guy, he has loads of cool information and he's so informative, I've been watching him for 4 months now. that person goes on, they watch your videos, and all of a sudden your audience blows. That's the system you have to follow. Don't expect that you're going to get thousands of followers in 2 videos. It takes hundreds of videos over 2 years, 3 years of consistency building of brand awareness. Oh God, brand awareness for you to get there. That's the rule for it.
Yeah, definitely. Consistency is a massive key in any of it, in any sort of platform, anything you want to grow. If you've got to be consistent about it, you can't just be like. That's why I try to keep my videos very similar time to where I upload them. At the moment, it doesn't really matter when it is because I'm still small. People don't really care. The people that watch it is the people I share it to, I tell to watch, and stuff like that. So at the moment, I try to keep it like near the weekend. I'll upload. So like Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, I'll upload a video. But I try to make that I don't do, like I'll never do, as I've tried that before, I never do too many videos in like 1 or 2 days and then edit it over time. Because I've realized that like that content, I'll never come back to it. I'll make that one video and be like, I want to do another video. I want to do this video. And I'll skip videos. So I thought to myself, I'm going to upload the video at the end of the week, have a couple of days off, think what I want to do next, and then make the video, edit it, and upload it. And sort of make it ad hoc rather than planned. Because when you have planned content, it can change very rapidly. Like I've done that. I made a video, uploaded it the next day, and then after I uploaded it, I found out loads of facts that are different, or obviously different figures to the video I did the day before. So I started doing whatever I do the video on, it'll be on that day. So I'll record the video and edit it within like that day to make it as authentic and as clean as possible. Because if I'm making videos about coronavirus, I do it on Tuesday, upload it on Thursday. 2 days is a lot, and a lot of things are going to change.
Yeah. I think that there's one key point I've been watching with the building social media stuff is don't create. It's almost document your life, because it's quite a broad thing to say, because you do create your content in a specific way, but you don't plan it in such a high detail because you don't get audacity to like make it authentic in almost, because it doesn't seem genuine, because you've had to plan it so much. You're not projecting your real thoughts out onto the screen.
Yeah.
Things like these podcasts, because like you literally just pick a topic and you speak about it. It's so fresh off your mind that
there's like no suppression. There's never like second thoughts and stuff like that. It's all just like straight.
You're like, for you and me, right? If you go on a YouTube video, right? If we create a video and we go, okay, so today I'm going to make, I don't know, I'm going to talk about this book. You know in your head that you've already read this book and you're going to go through it. And when you start stating facts, you can see in your own visual video when you're editing it, fuck me, this is boring, because I already know what I was going to say pre-hand before I was going to do it. I think you've got to just sort of do things that you know about, but you've just got to project it so it's so genuine. Like literally just instead of thinking, right, what am I going to say before I turn the camera on? Literally just turn the camera on
and just go.
Just talk, because that's where the genuine people
that's
see
when you are doing it. It's not like your script. It's not like the PG version of whatever the fuck you're talking about. It is just predominantly you that are like saying these things. That's what I do exactly. Like if I'm recording a video, it'll be that day. I'll never do like planning, because I've tried that and it's just come out very.
You overcome your mindset.
Yeah, it's like very soulless, essentially, you could call it. But then when I start doing videos of like, I just switch on the camera, I know what I want to talk about, bang it out. And then obviously I'll edit in things that I want to put in, but all of the things that I'm talking about, it's all my thoughts. It's not like thought about, it's not planned out, it's not scripted that I'm following. It just flows the way I want it to. And even if I fuck up with words or whatever like that, I can obviously cut them out and stuff like that.
So one thing people get scared of is talking in front of a camera, because they feel like they're going to fuck up so much. Doesn't matter if you fuck up. I fuck up multiple times when I record videos, but I include them in my videos because it shows you that you are a person. You do mess up. Like people find that funny. Like you mess up, everyone messes up. Like it doesn't matter. Like you might do an intro and you can't get your words out properly, and you put that in your video. People love it.
Fucking hell. I tell you what, I don't know what it is, but intros are probably the hardest ones for me, because like once I put it on, it's so hard to like get it right. Like I'll fuck up words, like basic words that will come out the wrong way, and I'm like thinking, what the fuck am I doing? So I just gotta like fucking re-record it and like keep going and stuff like that. But yeah, I know what you mean. It's like it's hard to start it, but I think once you do it a lot, Like now I think like my intros now are quite easy because I know what I want to say, how I want to say it, and then I know what sort of message I want to include in the intro, and then I break off into what I want to cover.
Yeah, the big one I think with like video recording and like creating content is you can record easily at home. Like, I get the camera on at home, right? Piece of piss. If I was to then obviously go record in the gym, for some reason, even if I work there, there's an anxiety of getting the camera out in front of other people inside of a public place. I don't know why, but I might not even talk to the camera. It might be literally just sat there, but there's always that awkward tension because you know you're recording. You're thinking psychologically that person's probably judging me for doing this. Yeah. It shouldn't. It shouldn't matter. It should not matter.
At the end of the day, if anyone that's watching that's thinking about doing like fitness videos, fucking I don't know, YouTube about anything, gaming, cooking, I don't care. Do not give a fuck what other people think, because this society is bred on negativity, and that's what really holds people down. It's like everyone judges everyone for whatever reason, and then everyone's like, oh, you know, free speech. I'm going to tell this person that they're fucking knob for doing this. You know, it's pathetic. Why the fuck are they wasting their time with this? But at the end of the day, you got to think it's what I want to do.
Yeah.
Who the fuck cares? If they don't want to do that, fair play to them. But at the end of the day, they're wasting their time for watching your shit than you are for making it.
Yeah.
That one person might judge you for it, but 300,000 might see your video and they love it.
Yeah. And essentially what I think a lot of people are going to be doing is like a lot of haters, what they'll do at the beginning, especially at the beginnings of like YouTubers and Instagram influencers and stuff like that, they'll be like, oh, they're fucking pathetic for doing this, blah, 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 and they'll never get anywhere. And as soon as that person gets somewhere, they'll be like, oh yeah, I knew this person from fucking school, you know, I've had a McDonald's within one source, some shit like that, you know.
That's the crazy bit, isn't it? When you're so at the bottom of like the league table and you're doing it, people judge you so hardly for doing it because they're like, why are you doing that? Like, you're weird. Like, you're doing this. Like,
you're never going to get anywhere. Shit like that.
Yeah, like you ain't going to do it. Like, or they'll say like your videos are shit. Why do you bother? But the moment you start doing it over a repetitive time, like 2 years, and then they start watching your content, like I find it now, right? Being at school and you used to get bullied so much for who you was as a person, or if you did things like YouTube, people bullied you. But now they see me as a personal trainer and I'm helping people and they want to stay, they're trying to get into that same system. They're coming to me now saying like, oh my God, you're doing amazing. It's that sympathy now in your mind. You could turn around and say, do you know what? F off. Like, I don't give a fuck. You used to bully me. But now you just got to have that simple principle of like, do you know what? Like, I'm better than you now. Like, not in a bad way, but you just got to put yourself up to say like, look, you put me down so much, but look where I am now. Where are you now? Yeah. This is the system you have to roll with. No matter what you get down for now, if people are slating your content, 2 years down the line, you might be on 30,000 subscribers, and they're coming to you saying, "Oh my God, you're doing amazing!" Like, that's the world we live in.
Yeah, it is. It's shitty. Sucks. That's one part that sucks about it. Is just people are so negative. Over, like whatever. Fuck them. I'm going to do what I want to do. They can't control my life. And once you do end up not doing something because someone else told you not to, and something that, you know, you don't care about, that's when they start winning. So I think the most important one is going to be like, I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want. I don't care what people say. And that's the only mentality really for this sort of industry, because, you know, this is like essentially putting yourself in a spotlight. That's what like celebrities are, and if you want to do that, that's what you should be expecting. Like, you know, fucking people hate The Rock. I don't know what sort of people hate The Rock because he's amazing, but there are haters of The Rock. But, you know, he doesn't blow it over. He thinks about all the fans he's got, all the cool fans he's got, all the things he gets to do and change, and, you know, the lives he gets to like affect and stuff like that. I think that's the most powerful one, and I think that's the one thing that a lot of influencers do wrong, is that they don't use their platform for good.
Yeah,
like a lot of them will promote a lot of bad stuff. Like I know a lot of fucking YouTubers that promote like partying and drinking and stuff like that. And I mean, like, that was fucking great when I was 18, but it's not anymore. Like I want to concentrate on some like more meaningful things in life. But if I ever blow up, I say if I am going to blow up, I know that I'm very confident about the fact that I'm going to fucking go hard at YouTube until I am big. And I want to use it to promote things. One of the things, I want to open up an animal sanctuary for, abused dogs that can't get home and stuff like that. Dogs at shelters that have not been adopted for years. I'll take them on. I'll have this little sanctuary where they can all roam around, be friendly. I'll open up essentially as a charity, and any money that's donated will go to the animals. It won't go to me. It won't go to anyone else that's running it. It will go straight to the animals, and anything left over will essentially be in a fund for them. If, for example, I lose all my money, or the donations stop, or if there's a controversy about me that fucking totally kills it, I want to be able to be still self-sufficient for years after I fucking lose at YouTube, or fucking, something goes wrong.
Guys, I'm back in a second. I'm just going for a piss.
Yeah. Crazy.
I think a big question, like, where do you want to take your influencer sort of thing? Like, obviously you do with like fitness. Is there anything else that you want to follow through with? Because obviously I think the most important one is you need a goal for, if you're an influencer or a YouTuber or TikToker or something like that, you need to have a goal in mind that you want to get. And that, like, you need small goals at the beginning, and you need big goals to keep you thriving and going.
For that dream motivation, yeah. So for me, social media is to build my audience platform across an online version. So I love my PT, and I love doing it in-house, and I love, helping people. That's what I love to do. The online platform now for social media is to rebuild an audience of giving out free content and throwing my name out there. People know who I am, who to go to as like the lead guy, you know what I mean? I want to build it so much that I come away from in-house one-to-one PT. I want to be an online social media influencer PT, you know what I mean? So have you ever seen things like James Smith PT, things like that?
Don't think I have, no.
The UK,
but I've got an idea about it, yeah.
Yeah, he's a UK PT, but he blew up on social media. He now just does online PT. He lives in Australia, and he's living the life he wants to do. Like, I'm not saying I want to live, like, towards that life. Like, I move away. Like, you know what I mean? I love the UK, but I want to help people, but I want to help more people in the UK rather than who is Matt from Hereford. I want to be Matt from Mattowenfitness. He's an online PT. Like, he's amazing. Like, watch his content. He's crazy. That's the level I want to breach it up to. You see what I mean? It's not that I'm not some local guy that, you know what I mean? I want a PT. Who can I go to? I want to be the influencer that people go to online.
Yeah. Would you ever look at like doing your own supplements and stuff like that?
Maybe later down the line, yeah. Like, I think it's more at the moment is building slowly the influence of the social media platforms, building up the name, and I think once it comes up to leveling up to that high level of, I've got a good base of audience that are genuine followers that are following me month after month, giving me the views after month that I know that are solid, then if obviously income is a thing with social media, then maybe down the line, like nutrition stuff, like supplements and products will come into play, because there's no point me throwing products out there now because no one's going to buy it. Like, no one knows me as a person. Like, you know what I mean? You have to give out 2-3 years of free content for them to know who you are and to like buy into you. Because if you start as a PT, the biggest thing I see now is a lot of low-level local PTs post on social media just saying, do you want a consultation? Book in now, do this. And you're just selling. People don't want to see you as a seller. They want to see you as a person who can go to for information that is value.
Yeah.
That's the biggest mistake I started out as a PT. And it's with any business owner out there or who was looking to come into a business play themselves, is don't sell. Because as soon as you start selling, like, do you want to buy this or ring me for a consultation? You're putting an arrogance in yourself, and people don't want that. They want to see you as a valued person that they can connect with to have value information from. That's what it is. They'll buy from you if they love you. It doesn't matter what you throw out there. It's like if you watch a social media influencer now. Let's say PewDiePie, right? PewDiePie is going to upload tomorrow at 5 o'clock. No matter what he posts, you're going to go and watch it because you've built a connection that he values to what you enjoy. If someone said to you, like, I don't know, someone down the road, and you were like thinking you were looking at fitness, and he starts selling at you that do you want to do a consultation? You'd be like, no, fuck off, mate. I don't know who you are. Like, what are you to me? That's the level of
yeah.
What's that?
yeah, if someone like, for example, with you, sorry, if someone like, for example, you'd be like, oh, right, I'm a PT, check out my Instagram or my YouTube for, you know, home workouts and other workouts and stuff like that, and for some nutritional guides and stuff like that. Check it out, guys. If you need anything else, pop me an email and stuff like that. And essentially, you sold to them, but it didn't cost them anything.
Yeah,
and that's what people love.
Yeah.
People love free shit. Right,
Yeah.
that's what you got to build brands on, is free shit, free information. And then if they want more, they already know. They'll be like, right, I want to know more about his workouts or more about my nutritional, you know, what I need to do nutritionally, that I'm willing to, you know, get this PT to help me out. And people are going to think, I need more information, that's going to cost.
Yeah. This is another thing, it's like a tactic, selling tactic, really. So a lot of people, they will market down their prices purely because no one is buying it. Now, psychologically, if people seeing that on social media saying, like, oh, I've got discounts on, why is he giving discounts? Because he's not making enough people come into his business. So he's trying to sell it for less so people come in. But people don't want that because it's not value to them, because they still don't know who you are as a content creator. So
with that, sorry if I just jump in. With that, with the low prices, is like, you're like entrepreneurial because you're a PT. You have to be, because you've got to make your own money. You're looking at a different way to what a common person will look like. A common person, like my mum, my dad, my fucking auntie Tara, will see something that says, oh, it was $29.99, now it's $19.99 special deal. They'll be like, fucking bargain, right? Get on it straight away.
Yeah.
But I think you're putting yourself down because you're thinking, if people are going to see it, they're going to think, you know, I'm not making money. That's what people are going to think. I wouldn't worry about that. A lot of businesses will do that, and they get loads of drive. Like, I know from my business that I work for, I've seen businesses do this, and that people don't start questioning it. Normal people, common people, won't question why they have a discount. They'll just be like, discount, sick, I'm going to fucking get this. But people like me and you are going to be like thinking, well, I mean, why are they discounting it? It's the difference with like an entrepreneur and a common person, because you're going to think of, well, there's obviously something wrong with the product if it's going down for cheap, or it's going so well for them, because that's the two spectrums. It's going so well that they don't mind taking the margin cut. They take the margin cut because they know they can make it, because they're going to sell so much more volume of this shit.
Yeah.
So there is like two things, and that's like, as entrepreneurs, that's the way you look at it. But honestly, if you start like doing like PT classes and stuff like that, don't look at it as like people downgrading you thinking you're doing shit. It's just think a common person loves a bargain.
Yeah.
So your original price could be $19.99, right? Change your price to $29.99 on your website, cut it out, put $19.99. No one's going to tell the fucking difference. You're selling at your own margin, at your own price, but people think it was cost more, and they're thinking, oh, fucking hell, awesome, sick. Like, people buy into these like fucking shitty marketing classes that have gone from like $3,000 to, you know, £500. I'm thinking, right, fucking hold on a minute. Like, me personally, I think like, fucking hold on a minute. What the fuck are you trying to tell me that a $3,000 course has gone down to £500? Like, that's fucking ridiculous. Like, no one will do that, right? No one normal will do that. But a common person will be thinking, fucking hell, sick. I can learn marketing for £500 and I'm saving $2.5 fucking grand.
Yeah, well, it's especially for me, because obviously I study marketing for a master's. It is interesting to see how companies do it, but a lot of people do the discounts that I found through studying. Some of them do it, for the fact that word of mouth, because you've got to understand that traditional marketing is non-existent nowadays. Nobody really buys a newspaper. Nobody looks at adverts on the telly, you know,
on billboards, signs on the street.
Traditional marketing is just non-existent, really. The best marketing now, personally, that I think, and I think it will be until the end of it, is social media, because social media is the new word of mouth.
Yeah.
It's the new, you know, somebody shares a post. Before, I think it was like, if somebody had a bad experience with somebody, they'd tell 10 people. If they had a good experience, they'd tell 2 people. That was like old school word of mouth marketing.
Yeah.
But now, for example, if I was to share somebody's video, that person then not only has their platform, but then they also have the
Your
1,500 friends I have on my Facebook see it.
Yeah.
And then it creates a snowball effect. And that's where the discount comes in as well. That's why you see a lot of companies do tag 2 friends in this and share it on your story, and you have a chance of winning a home gym or something. I think that's the one that's going around at the moment.
Yeah. Everyone's doing that.
Yeah, you look at that and you're going, well, are they actually going to give a free gym out, or are they just doing this because now this little company from, I don't know, let's just say this little company from bloody Oxford has now increased their followers. They've reached their KPIs. Their key performance indicator is we want to get 2,000 followers by the end of the week.
Yeah.
How do we do that? All right, then we'll say we're doing this. We'll get everybody to tag all their friends. Their friends have to share it. They have to share it. They have now changed and seen. That post has now been seen by 300-400 people more than it would have previously. Because about 300-400 people view my stories on Instagram a day if I upload one. And then if I was to share 400, 300 people that are going to see that. And it's very common marketing because it's free. It doesn't cost the company anything.
Yeah.
They might just be getting rid of old stock that's out of date that they can't sell anymore.
Yeah.
They might just be getting rid of it. Do this as a giveaway.
Yeah. And like with marketing campaigns can cost a lot depending on
They're
how
very
you do them.
expensive.
But if, for example, you've got a home gym that costs you $1,000, right? You can say it's worth $2,000, right? You can just fucking do whatever you want, right? And then
definitely.
you tell people, and then your fucking Instagram or your shop starts getting thousands of people going through it. That earns more for the business than you putting out this fucking £1,000 home gym for free for one person, right? And this is the thing. If you got the most of these are like, you've got to, follow, tag people and stuff like that. Then your friends will see you like, oh, well, I wouldn't mind winning a fucking home gym. I'll follow them as well. I'll tag a couple of people, blah, blah, blah. And it goes like that. And most of the people are going to do this and are going to forget about following these people. But once they start to promote content, you'll be like, oh, I'll drop that I like. I'll be like, oh, that looks like a cool, I don't know, fucking pre-workout or home gym equipment. I'll check out their website. That's another person that's gone to the website. And say, out of 100 people, 10 people buy, that's 10 sales already. And that's massive for a business. And I think people really, they undersell social media. And I think a lot of businesses still think that social media is not the right way to market, but I think it is, especially for like things like you, Matt, for PT and George for you, for like your fitness page and stuff like that. Is the social media, that's how it's driven. It's driven through social media. It's not driven through like billboards and TV adverts and radio ads and stuff like that. It's all on social media. And like Matt, you said earlier, you're trying to be on as many platforms as possible because every little helps on each one of them. So if you post like the same video across 6 platforms and you say you get 100 views on each, that's 600 views altogether. That's 600 people that have uniquely seen your video and be like, that's cool. That's cool. I like that. Then if you got your tags in the video, they'll be like, oh, I'll check out his Instagram, see what he's got on there and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think another thing as well. I don't correct me if I'm wrong. Like I haven't done YouTube or anything, but from what I would say, if anybody from me looking at it from an outsider's perspective, if anybody was going to start or do it, they need to experiment with everything. But I think there's 2 main channels you can have, I think, nowadays. So you can have, I would say, we'll call it copied content, where you jump on whatever's going on at the moment. So like for gaming, for example, like people will probably be playing Call of Duty now on gaming. I reckon they're the biggest ones probably. But then you can have copy content, or you can have like homegrown content, or you can have like reaction content.
Yeah.
So, for example, like this might benefit you, Matt, a little bit. So, as a PT, you obviously have your own content of you do your workouts and stuff, and you give people advice online. But maybe even you could look into doing like blogging, because a lot of companies nowadays, they don't use macro influencers. So they don't use people that have 1 million followers. Like that's declining. But what is inclining, or on the ascent, is people using micro influencers, because people trust them more because their content's more genuine. It's more, it's like speaking to them as a person. It's not speaking to you as a community.
Yeah.
literally.
And then that then brings up your following and your thing, and people will then respect you more. And then they're like, okay, he's got knowledge, he's got this. Same with Milosz with your YouTube videos. It's like, yeah, he's got knowledge on it. I like watching it. They keep watching it. They tell their friend, and then again, it goes back to the social media thing. But you need to sort of decide, like, so if one video, like, okay, this is my own content, you need to make that your own content. And then if you're like, okay, I'm copying someone else's content, you got to try and up it a bit, one up it, be better. It's like undercutting in a market. You've got to do something that changes that to you to make it better, and make it so your viewers watch it. Because I don't really know much about the social media side of it, like it's in YouTube and stuff. I know a bit about Facebook, but I know more. It's more about search engines and stuff like that for me. But that would be the advice I could give, because obviously you two don't have massive websites knocking about, topping up people like Gymshark and stuff like that, to be at the top of the search engine optimization.
Yeah.
But it is very, very important to clearly identify. Otherwise, you could lose out on potential customers, because they're like, oh, what's he doing today? I only want to watch him if he's, saying how good this protein powder is compared to this protein powder. And then one day a protein company might come to you and be like, we'll give you free protein. You talk about our product on your blog or on your videos and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And become a micro influencer.
Another thing I want to touch on as well. A lot of people that are doing social influencing now expect themselves to be in a big brand later on down the line. So for me, for instance, if I said like, oh, I'm going to be a Gymshark athlete later in, say, a couple of years, my YouTube blows up, I think you're overspecting your reality. Gymshark might not see you as that. They don't know who you are. So I think there's no, like I said, some brands might come to you, but it tends to be lower level brands. Big brands, so like Gymshark, MyProtein, if you're into clothing, like Topman, they won't come to you because they're already at the top of their game. So you have to reach out to them. You have to reach out to them in a specific way that they're going to love you and see your content and see that they value you as a person.
Yeah.
So if you're looking at, building with brands, start lower level. Start with low people, that have got a following of maybe 20,000 or 30,000 that are still a brand, but they're not as recognized, because you're still going to hit an audience of 30K followers. You're in a brand influence then, so you'll start promoting products. Other brands, they might see you promoting their products, and then you start releasing into the bigger brands. You can't say that, we're going to get to that level straight off the bat.
Yeah, no, totally.
Ooh. Anything
That's
else?
done.
Yeah, I was going to say, completely forgot what I was going to say. What the fuck? I've just gone blank. I was just about to say something, but I just forgot.
Mind blown.
Before I forget though, I've had to cover my camera.
Because you're naked.
Because I've got the phone charging, and it's like I'm talking to it like I'm on a phone call.
All right, okay.
So it makes it easier for you guys. Do you want me to send you? I don't know if you're going to edit this and do stuff with the videos and stuff, but if you want, I can send you a screenshot of my face. You can just squeeze it in there.
No, I'm going to keep it as authentic as possible.
Fine.
But yeah, like I said, Joe, the way I'm going to do it is I'm only going to cut out the beginning where there was nothing that was going on, and just upload it from there.
That's what you want doing, yeah.
But is that it for today then? Have we covered everything?
I think so, yeah.
I think so. I need to go and eat breakfast.
Breakfast at this fucking time, mate.
I woke up, went for a shower.
It's fucking dinner.
And I was like, oh, you have to sort this out. So.
Yeah, I mean, I did say I eat every 2 hours, right? But I haven't had anything since 8 o'clock, so
yeah, exactly.
So it's definitely time for the second meal of the day. But no, that's been absolutely awesome, guys. We should definitely do this again. Not say tomorrow, because not that many things are going to happen in one day. But if anything, we could do it next week. Do episode 2. Yeah.
Weekly podcast.
Yeah, weekly round off of the week.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
I'll try and sort out my laptop.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's your task for next week.
Yeah, I'll get it done. Don't worry. All right,
Sounds
I'm gonna shoot off then.
All right, lads. Take care. In a bit.
Talk soon.
Bye bye.
I'm a lone wolf. I'm a lone wolf. I'm a